All right, hello and welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. My name is Scott and I am stood, as you might be able to see in this darkness, right outside the O2 here in London. Of course, with the Money in the Bank bus right behind us. And of course, we're going to do a quick little rundown of what happened at Money in the Bank. It was an incredible show. I was looking for surprises tonight and we had about 75 of them. I'm very, very pleased with the amount of surprises we got. Some of them were kind of hoped for and expected, but some of them were just completely out of the blue. And my heart, I couldn't even register what was going on with some of them. Because first of all, we had the Money in the Bank ladder match. As you would imagine in a men's Money in the Bank, there was a massive outcry for LA Knight to do it. And a big fear was that if he didn't, the rest of the night would be kind of ruined. Thankfully, that wasn't the case. Everything was okay there. And are we good with the stream? I think we're having a few tech issues. We all right? We're looking okay, yeah? Okay, yeah, sorry about that. If we are, if we're not, here we are. So anyway, LA Knight, of course, massive ovation, as you expect, Logan Paul, the big fit. It was all about them two, But all week I was thinking, what if Damian Priest does it? And it's about Finn winning the title and Damian going after him. That didn't happen, but Damian did win it, of course. Good reaction, good match, good opening match, good Money in the Bank match. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. It was just a pretty good Money in the Bank match. Of course, not having LA Knight win is, I think, going to be the thing that most people remember about this match, annoyingly. But not in a way that when Daniel Bryan didn't even enter the Royal Rumble. I think that was way worse. This is going to be something that people get over a little bit quicker. And, of course, I think a star's been made this weekend. Not like he weren't already made and WrestleMania weren't big enough for him. But this weekend, just like I said earlier on in our streams before the show, you know, Logan was made as a heel like tonight. It was cemented, I should say. Maybe not made, cemented. And I think LA Knight cemented as a superstar here today as well. It all kind of boiled up with the right kind of crowd. So, yeah, good opener. And, of course, then we get the women's tag. And this is where the big surprise happens. Shayna attacking Ronda just randomly in the middle of the match. Completely. I didn't even think it was real. Like, everyone jumped up, screamed and shouted, and I was still in my seat for about an extra 3 seconds because I didn't quite get what was going on. So, yeah, not what I expected, and in my opinion, a bit disappointed because Shayna kind of, in character, shows that the titles really still don't mean anything. Annoyingly enough, I had a conversation with Shayna yesterday about how much the titles, they meant a lot. And we got an interview coming out with Shayna later in the week as well, as with a lot of the other WWE superstars that we managed to have some time with this week. So please subscribe, check that out. But yeah, it was really confusing because this should have happened in 3 months. It was great. I mean, this is where I'm torn. I so didn't expect it. I don't think anyone expected it. I was so confident that it would not only still be a tag team, but they'd keep the titles. And then, again, Shayna turns, a massive moment, exciting. The crowd went mad. But again, it took me about 3-4 seconds to realize what was actually going on. And I just don't know where we're going with this going forward. Well, I know where we're going with it. I just think, is it a bit early? But then again, SummerSlam's coming up soon. Money in the Bank nowadays feels like the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. It was gets you on the road to SummerSlam. So all these big stories start happening from here. But there we go. Liv and Raquel win. No, it felt like it downplayed the titles. If the person that holds it is like, I don't care, I'm just going to beat up my friends. Not great after what the titles have been through already. But the moment itself, fantastic. I can't take that away from them. Next up, we had the Intercontinental title. Annoyingly, quite a short match. We expected it possibly could be because of the rest of the card. But this is a match that's been, as we talked about on the preview earlier on with a lot of friends to the media, a match that's been around Europe as a big match with a lot of time and really hard hitting. Matt Riddle had his hair tied up in a way that I thought he's going hard tonight. This is going to be it, as UFC fighters, MMA fighters do. And it was a hard hitting match, but it was just very short and I don't know, strange. But again, if you're going to get I don't know, maybe it was 10 minutes. If you're going to get a 10-minute match, it was great for a 10-minute match. I just feel like maybe it could have been more. But, of course, at the end of that, everyone thought Randy Orton might be coming out. But then Drew McIntyre's music hits, and I was, again, massively shocked. Huge talk about him this week, thinking he might show up because of where it is. It's in the UK, and he hasn't been seen since WrestleMania. I didn't know where it was going to be, but it happened to be at the end of this match, and it looks like he's going on to face Gunther, I guess at SummerSlam, towards that way at least. I don't think Drew's winning it. I think it's in somewhat a strange way to bring Drew back, but a great moment tonight. And again, it's going to be a great match. But Drew ain't winning it. So is that the kind of, when this whole talks about whether or not Drew's contracts expiring and all this stuff, is this the kind of thing to go, hey, keep you on board with an IC title match that you don't win? I don't know. But at the same time, for him, amazing moment. For the fans, amazing moment as far as tonight goes. And it'll be a great match. So maybe that's just enough for Drew to kind of stick around and whatever else. But we'll see how that goes as well going forward. Next up, Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Good match as well. Exactly what you expected it to be. Wasn't too long or anything like that. Dom kind of came across as a great heel, and Cody came across as great babyface. That's all you really needed in this match. Rhea Ripley playing, in between, fantastic as well. Just a good match and a feel-good moment at the end, of course, with the win for Cody Rhodes as well. Not much to say on that. I feel like I'm being a bit harsh there, but it just was exactly what it needed to be, and that's a compliment. I got to be honest. Next up is the women's Money in the Bank. Not as kind of noteworthy, I'd say, as the men's this time round. And then I really hope Trish would win. I know that I always say, it should be someone breaking through the upper mid card into the main event, and that is not what Trish is. But Trish's new kind of run as a Hall of Famer in a heel turn has been really fun. But what I really did like, of course, was the ending with Io. Not only Io winning, which is fantastic, but also using the handcuffs, which I think they've done it in the Money in the Bank before, but they've never done the spot where two of them are tied up in between the ladder, and the rings between the ladder are preventing them from getting any further as well. They can't get to each other. They can't go up. They can't go down. Fantastic. And of course, Io climbs on top of Bayley to get there as well. A real statement there. And of course, I mentioned this to Bayley yesterday. If you haven't seen it already, I interviewed Bayley, and I said, is it damage, control, alt, delete? Are we restarting task or are we ending task? And I've got to say, it's ending that task. She kind of acted like, it ain't happening. What are you talking about? Everything's going well. But clearly, she was in denial, I would say. But check that interview out anyway. We go a little bit deeper and beyond damage control. But it was a nice little end to that match. A great little spot. Right, now moving on to the World Heavyweight Championship. Finn Balor versus Seth. I really thought Seth, there was a chance for him to lose it here tonight. Even though, as everyone else says, he's kind of new in this. Maybe he shouldn't lose it. But I thought everyone thought that Finn could have won the first time round. It looked like he could have been the person that would be the first champion anyway. And of course, with Damian Priest scenario going on as well, they showed that little clip earlier on before it. So I was like, he ain't cashing in then, is he? But they still toyed around with it. They still played up to it. And of course, he comes out. And I like that little dynamic. I'll be interested to see it back on TV and how the commentators played it. But of course, Damian kind of just sitting there at ringside. And I didn't even notice at the time. It went to a sort of replay. But there was this look between Finn and Damian as if to say, stay out of this. Which usually you would think Finn would then miss the move, but he still hit the move. And, it is what it is. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do going forward. But I think it might have been better if Finn was the champ at this point. So a bit disappointing in that sense. But, hey, I'm open to it. And I'm just still happy that Damian Priest is getting a big kind of prominent position on the card now as well. So anyway, moving to the main event, of course, the Bloodline Civil War, as it was branded as. Again, I did terrible tonight, guys. I'll be honest, as far as my predictions go, I really thought that the Usos weren't going to pick up the win, and they did. Not only did they do that, it was the way everyone hoped it would be, with Jay pinning Roman. So many cool spots in this, so many fantastic moments. Even when the ref goes down, you think, I've seen Bloodline matches for the past 2 years. Something's going wild here. But of course, it was a contained thing. It was between themselves. Part of me thought Brock, because there was all rumors about Brock, and I thought if it's not about Cody, maybe he comes back to hit Roman or something like that. That didn't happen. Instead, we just got a straight up match between two sides of the Bloodline, which was fantastic. A lovely ending. The crowd were behind both of them, as you would imagine. Some fantastic chants. I'm sure we would have seen live on TV as well. But all in all, I'm happy. I am happy. My big fear tonight was that the solo turn would happen too soon, because they're the two things I think personally I'm holding out for in the Bloodline storyline is Solo's turn and then the title. You don't want them happening kind of too quickly. I know this has been drawn out a little bit too much at times, but like the Usos have only just gone against them, so you can't then have Solo go against as well. So at least it weren't that. It was just a nice straight up win, which I was very surprised to see. I got to say, I'm very honored to have been here in attendance tonight to see such an amazing card, but also even the Bloodline storyline, just to see the culmination somewhat, because I'm sure it's going on a little bit further, and then also seeing things like, you know, Damian Priest being up and coming and getting that briefcase, and surprises in Shayna, and again, Drew McIntyre as well. We were treated some good things. I didn't even mention John Cena showed up tonight, which was amazing as well. I lost my mind, partly why my voice is going as well, because John Cena arrived, and it was weird because he was of course, the whole promo was London should get WrestleMania, or the UK at least, which of course I'm going to agree with. But I've never felt like it was realistic. I've always felt like, they say this at house shows and whatever else, you know, it's because no one sees it and the crowd go, hey, we love that idea. But tonight it was on the PLE, and I was like, hold on, like, they've told him to, they've allowed him to say this. Maybe this is a thing. But then at the same time, I've brought back a little bit by Grayson Waller coming out and being like, it should be in Australia and stuff like that. And I thought, no, this is just a promo. It's just a way to find conversation between the two of them and have John Cena be the babyface. So maybe it isn't actually as close as it first appeared in the first 5 minutes of that segment. I don't know, but at the same time, we're probably closer than we've ever been, because tonight has been incredible. Last year at Clash as well was fantastic, and obviously we've been talking about it on the channel for the past few months. I think WWE have probably seen, yeah, they could have done a stadium, but that's why I think WrestleMania won't happen here, because I think you could sell out Wembley on like any PLE. You could, like, Money in the Bank could have been Wembley, so it's almost too big over here because we are, you know, we don't really get it that often. We're craving for it, so that's why Money in the Bank could have been at Wembley Stadium tonight. It could have been at Tottenham, could have been Arsenal, could have been West Ham, wherever in the capital or further up in the north or anywhere else. Those famous football stadiums here as well, but it wasn't to be. And I do think we're getting something big soon. Surely SummerSlam makes the most sense, because you don't. There's always these worries about the times. It'd be interesting to see going forward, you know, what the viewership was like tonight because of it being in a different time zone as well. Anyway, we're hearing a stand up if you hate Roman chant over there. And let's be honest, no one here hates Roman. Things have changed in the past 5 years. It's been incredible. That's why the Bloodline storyline has been so good. It's because he, the Usos, Solo, Sammy, Paul Heyman, everyone that's played the part has been absolutely fantastic. And this show tonight has been that as well. So thank you very much for watching tonight. Hope to see you in the future. And please subscribe for more.
Yep. Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from... Welcome to the Rebellious Noise